we do polynomials divide by polynomials. Okay, we do polynomial divide by polynomials. So if we have a polynomial divide by a linear, okay, divide by a linear. Remember, it can't be other things. It's like, okay, this method can work for px divide by a linear, and this linear must be in the form of x minus a. You can't have 2x minus a. You can't have you can't divide, for example, 2x plus 1 or half x plus 1. You can, but you need to make adjustments to that. I don't want to go through that with you in year 10. So in year 11, yes, we can find a way. If it's a linear not with a single x, like say 2x plus 1, I can still do it, but it's need extra step. So today we only talk about the easiest case and which is most appropriate to use this method. I think this method is called synthetic method, but I just call this a table method. A polynomial, doesn't matter what kind of polynomial, divide by a linear, and the linear start with a single x, plus a or minus a, doesn't matter. So what I will do is set up a table. So what the table looks like. Let's have a look at px. What px do we have? X cubed, 2x squared, minus x, and plus 3. So what I will do is, I'll write the coefficient in the order. Okay. So, what we have? 1, 2, negative 1, and 3. 1 cubed, 2x squared, negative 1, and 3 for the constant. Okay, again, this method can only work when you're trying to divide by a linear, and the most preferred linear is a single x linear. Okay, this is the x cubed term, that's the x squared term, that's the x term, and that's the constant term. Okay, what I'm trying to divide in this question? I'm trying to divide x minus 2. So I will put a number here in this place. Okay, I'll put a number here. But what number I will put is when you make what you're trying to divide equals to 0, and you solve for x. So x equals to 2. So I'll put 2 here. So for example, if you're trying to divide x plus 3, I will put negative 3 there. If you're trying to divide by 10x minus 1, you put x minus 10, so you put 10 here. So you make this thing you're trying to divide equals to 0, and you put this number here. Alright, then something magic will happen, okay? Be exciting. The first number, okay, you want to fill in those 4 places, okay? You need to give numbers to those 4 places. So how do you fill numbers in? The first number is from the first column, always directly going down. If that's a 2, you directly write 2. If it's a 4, you directly write 4. So that number directly go down here. So I'll have 1. Next number will rely on the previous number you write. So what's the previous number you write? It's 1. Okay, you will use this 1 to go back to times the 2 you have in the front. That's a 2, right? And then you need to plus this column. Okay, the new number you write, go to times the front number, the first number you have. The multiplication, go to add the next number. So what do you have here is a 4. That number, go to times that number. Go to add the next number. Okay, that's the way. The first one already directly going down. Okay, whatever you have on the top, you write at the bottom. That's how you started. You started, the first one is a 1. And then the next column will decide on this number. Go to times that number and go to add the top number on top, like that one. So what you have is this one. Okay, this one is a 7. Yes. The next one is a 7. So that one is 1 times 2 plus 2. You get the 4. And then it's a 2 times 4 plus negative 1. You get the 7. And what's the next one? 2 times 7 plus 3 is a 17. Okay, do you recognize anything special for those 4 numbers? They're all what number? Just look at what answer you have above. Like, can you see the QX you have is coefficient 1, coefficient 4, and 7. We have coefficient 1, coefficient 4, and 7. The remainder is 17, and we have 17 here. Yes? Okay, so what that is, the bottom column is all reduced the power by 1. So this is the coefficient for x to the power of 2. That's the coefficient for x. That's the coefficient for constant. And that is called the remainder. That is called the remainder. Does that make sense? But I don't know how, well, I know how it works. It's basically a short version of the long division. It's like you have long division and you have short division, and this is the short division basically. Okay, so much easier compared to the long division. But why we still need long division is because, okay, we can't get rid of long division because we need to divide something quadratic, cubic. Like for example, this question. I can't do much for this question because what I'm trying to divide is not a linear, and I can't use this method. So it's only work when you're trying to divide by a linear, and this method works. And when it works, it makes it just so much easier. Okay, make it so much easier. Let's try another one. Let's try another one. I'm not going to try this one. I'll leave this one for you to do it. And which one I will do is this one. Okay, the x cubed minus x plus 1 divided by x plus 2. What I will try is this one. Do you know why I want to try that one? Do you know why I want to try that one? Yeah, it skips something in the middle. Okay, skip something in the middle. So what you will do when you skip something in the middle? Okay, remember what you need to have. What you need to have is x cubed is the first one. X squared must be the second one. X and then constant. So what do you think I need to put in the first row? What I need to put here? 1? No. Not negative 1? 0. How many x squared we have? 0 x squared, okay? How many x? Negative 1. How many constant? 1. What do you think I need to put here? Negative 2. You will make it equals to 0 and solve for x. X plus 2 equals to 0. You solve for x. What is it? Negative 2. So you put negative 2 here. Alright. First number directly going down. So 1. Okay, 1. After write 1, go to times the front number, negative 2. Add the next one, 0. So it's negative 2. Negative 2 times negative 2 give you 4. 4 add the next one gives you 3. And then 2 times 3, negative 2 times 3, negative 6, plus 1, negative 5. So what I will have is x plus 2, x squared minus 2x plus 3 minus 5. I haven't looked at anything. Check your answer, is that correct? Check I think it's over there on the board. Yes? Do you have the same thing? Yeah. Okay, so this method does work. Okay? It does work. So what I want you to do for the rest of the time, okay, those 3 questions can work by this method. Okay, those 3 questions can work by this method. And then the top one can work by using this method as well. I want you to do those 4 questions by using the synthetic method. Okay, by using the synthetic method. That's what I want to teach today. So after you learn long divisions, I'm happy to go through an easier way for you. Yes? Okay, I want to introduce an easier method for you because no one, well, the question may ask you, okay, use long division, but you can use this method to check as well. Okay, so if the question doesn't say which method you will use, you can use any. Okay, you can use any.